I'm gonna start off with a 1/0 Gamakatsu jig hook. This is a 60-degree bend. It's not exactly a 90-degree bend. I tend to lean more toward this bend than I do the 90-degree bend, but that's just me. On that hook, I've got the Hairline Rainbow Brass cones. These are size 7/32. You can use straight up brass, you can use straight up silver. Paul actually uses an orange one underneath and it looks super sexy, so yeah. Now I'm gonna wrap some .025 lead wire behind the cone. If you flatten your thread to cover your wire, it tends to cover it a little quicker, a little better. Now I've got several strands of Flashaboo. This is like Fire Tiger color. I'm going to 70-30 this and give it a cut. So we never want to leave this stuff flat, just like this. Ideally, we're going to taper this to where none of these fibers are exactly the same length. Now, in real life, this is not possible, but get as close as you can. We're going to tie this in about 60-40. So 60% going this way, 40% going this way. It's going to help us with the taper. So now we're going to take some Loon UV Thick. We're going to put this inside the tail and kind of around the tail, just at the base. This will make sense in just a second. That UV resin made this just stiff enough that it's not going to foul near as much around the hook. So now we're going to take some chartreuse Nyat, and we're going to clear cut it and taper it to where it has two tapers on each end. So you have to pull a little bit out of the top and then flip it over. Do the same on that side to the point where you don't see cut marks on either side, because this is going to be folded over on itself and you don't want cut marks because it makes a bad spot. So we're going to probably 70-30 this. 70% going this way, 30% going this way. And we're going to wrap this in all the way to the point where the cone is going to stop. We're going to do the same thing on the other side with Olive. So now we're going to take some Angelina fibers in gold and like, I don't know what that says, but that color. We're gonna mix them, and you just literally stack it on top of each other and pull it apart. That's it. And we're gonna dub this body under here. This does not have to be pretty. Now we're going to reverse these wings. And this all makes sense. This helps with our taper. So when we reverse this, it's going to fall in line with the tail both ways. Help with the taper. This is genius. Great way to tie a fly. Now we're going to dub some more of this mixed Angelina fibers right behind the bead. So just basically covering our last thread wraps. Move our bead back hard against that. Advance our thread forward and wrap it down. And lay a thread base up here. So now we're going to take a cut of Naiad, and we're going to cut this 50-50. Right in the middle. To where you basically have this. And then we're going to add some Angelina fibers to one side of it. And we're going to taper all of this just by pulling apart and putting together. All of it together. Pull apart, flip it, pull it, flip it, turn it over. And keep doing this until you have a taper on both sides. You guys have heard me talk about these dog brushes. Go get one. There will be a link in the description. Just get one. So I'm going to take that dog brush and brush this out on both ends. That way any unnecessary bulk is gone. And see how we have tapers on both ends? That's what we're looking for. So we're going to tie this in about 50-50. And we're going to do the same thing with all of Naiad. Main difference, we're going to cut a little bit more of the material for the top. This is the bulk. I think that says hunter green, but some more Angelina fibers. And brush it out. We want this to envelop the chartreuse just a little bit. So when you put it on, you want to kind of help it down the hook and around the hook just a little bit. Tying it about 50-50. Give your thread a spin. There you go. Now I'm going to take some gold Angelina fibers and reverse tie them right here. Now we're going to reverse our chartreuse. Back over the top. And we're going to smash our thumb down into this just to spread those fibers out a little bit. We kind of want to get around the hook with these fibers. And the same thing with the top. Take your time spreading these around the hook. Now we're going to whip finish. And again, we're going to go to our trusty dog brush tool and just brush all this out. So I'm going to try to get some of these green Angelina fibers out and just kind of blend everything together. That's ultimately what I'm shooting for right now. Looks crazy, right? But once you tame it, you see that taper, you see those colors come into play. Everything gets really, really cool looking. I love this fly. Now we're gonna add some dead meat custom eyes. And I know I'm kind of a fanboy, but he makes great eyes. So this one's gonna be dopey and cross-eyed. The bad thing about Naiad is it doesn't take super glue very well. So you really, really have to watch it. All these extra little hairs and fibers and stuff will actually kind of mess with gluing the eyes on. So I'm going to take a lighter and burn all these extras off. Just like that. So now I'm going to take some super glue and use this sparingly, because this is not going to be the only way that we glue these eyes down. The void on top is smaller than the void on bottom. So every single time we use eyes like this, I am personally going to lock them in with UV resin. The way the fly is situated right now is how it will ride in the water. We have the darkest part on top, the lightest color on bottom. If the void on bottom holds more resin, it'll help the fly keel even more because it adds a little bit more weight on bottom. So less resin on top in that void, more resin on bottom on that void, just helps everything out. Loon UV thick. I'm gonna start on bottom. And I'm just gonna fill this void. To get rid of any bubbles in the resin, just hit it with a lighter. Same thing on top. Now that we've filled the voids with UV thick, we're going to jump to some UV thin to coat the whole thing. And you have Paul Monaghan's Flashtail Jig. And it is so cool. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the Flashtail Jig video. Right now we're going to give away the fly from the previous video. And this is kind of crazy because for the first time ever, the winner of this fly is actually a member of the YouTube channel. Hop to it. I'm actually sending you an extra fly this month because you won. So like I said, Hop to It is a member of the YouTube channel, and for you to become a member of the YouTube channel, just jump to the description of this video. I've got links to get you there and stuff like that. Really cool perks. You get it. But for your chance to win the fly in this video, like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll pick a random comment to send flies to. So, yeah.